Good
Good.
morning, everyone. Welcome to CME Traveling. I'm Marsha. Not over there or over there. It's Curt.
Yeah, daily coffee talk here.
Mm-hmm.
Hope y'all are doing well. As you can see, Marsha had to go in early this morning, so she's got a meeting and has meetings on and off all week, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just busy when you come back from a trip, ain't it, babe?
Yeah, and I didn't tell you this, but I've been working all weekend on my emails and stuff, even on the cruise. So trying to keep caught up. But
Good thing
that's
you
just
didn't. Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say that's just what happens. So
No, I know you're going to check. It's just you. That's just
Mhm.
you. That's why I won't get the internet no more.
I prefer not to. I don't want to be able to see it because if I can see it, I will look at it. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
prefer to like completely unplug.
I didn't really get on there a lot. I saw several. I mean, you go. I personally, we go on a cruise. I saw a lot of people just with their with sitting, not looking at what's around and just looking at their phones.
Hey,
That's another story.
I
Sometimes
guess it's a good thing you looked at it a little bit, or otherwise we wouldn't known that one of our surprises was there.
that is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tell that one.
Yeah,
We'll tell that one in here in a little bit. Let's do what we got
jump
to
on the
plan for
flow.
today. Oh, okay. Let's go
Mm-hmm.
see. This was all Marsha, y'all. This is, she come up with this. And today's post is, do you arrive at your scheduled time for embarkation for a cruise? The first answer is no. We got 31% out of 16 votes on there. And 69 said yes, they do arrive at their scheduled time. That's good to know. And then we will talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's greet some folks.
Well,
But
before we greet some people, I do want to say this. I was a little disappointed. We always park at Port Canaveral, and we had gotten there and the gate wasn't open, so we went and sat at a little park that's right there near it. And when we got back, we were not the first ones in. We were only the second ones in the gate. I was disappointed. We should have just sat there at the gate waiting. But let's say good morning to everyone.
listen to you. We were not the first ones in.
If you're not first, you're last.
Well, I can tell you already. Well, first off, we'll greet the Gaylors are here. John,
Good
they-
morning, Gaylors.
good morning, and see me traveling. And then, of course, he commented first right here, and his was, "We are always early. If I am on time, I'm late. All my entire life, my father preached that. If you want to say preach, if you're on time, you're late. The way it is. If you leave late, you better plan to get there late. That's true.
Let's say good morning to everyone.
Okay, babe. And we have your neighbor who is in a room there over from you normally.
She's over there. I already said good morning to her this morning.
Okay. Good
Morning,
morning,
Jenny.
Jenny. She said, "Welcome back. Can't wait to hear about your trip." Oh, we have Cruise Nuts in here today, and
Hey,
that's
Chris Nuts. Thanks for being
thank
here this
y'all so
morning.
much for being in here. And you want to take this one, or how much to play?
Mike and Rihanna, Family Vlogs. Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Very much. And look here, B Duff itself. Bill,
Hey.
look there. Don't forget his. He's got some news. He does some news things now. Check out this channel right here.
Mhm.
Okay.
And Scott Smith. Good morning. See me.
Yeah, I got to come. Thank y'all for coming over from Lugo Studios. I got to answer Scott on some things. I'll get back to him in comments. He commented on a couple of things. And Scott, now the debate's back up again for me. I'll just say who had the better donut. That's what I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
It's a debate. It is a debate. I didn't eat hardly but one. Only ate
I only ate one donut.
one donut this time.
Fearless Ramble says good morning, everyone.
Mm-hmm. And Jen Cohen, she says, "Good morning, CME Traveling and the CME crew." And we thank those that are listening this morning or will watch it later on. Thank y'all and don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And, if you know anybody that wants to hear this rambling, tell them to subscribe. Okay, now
Sharon Mullins in here this morning. Good morning, Sharon. We appreciate you being here.
gave us a wave, smiley face, and a thumbs Thumbs up. Yep.
And PSV Odyssey, Paul Vines is in here this morning, and his schedule is pinned at the top on the channel as well. So be sure to check on that.
Those that have Facebook, you'll be able to see what's going on. It's like a TV guide thing. You can see what's going on today on the premieres and, scheduled lives or anything. And he says, good morning, Mr. Curt. And of course, he says it this way, magnificent Miss Marsha.
Good morning.
TNT's Adventures to Sea says, good morning and welcome home. Yeah. Let me tell you, we got out of the vehicle yesterday. Well, we got blowed all over the road anyway. I mean, the winds were just whipping yesterday, especially once you got into the northern part of North Carolina above Greensboro. But we got into Virginia. And we got out here and it was 40-some degrees. Now, it beat getting out here one time before in January and it was 20-some degrees. But you're still chilly because you're in shorts and all this stuff. So, but very windy to the point of gusts was like 30 and 40 mile an hour gusts. But right now, we're at 51 degrees this morning. Yeah.
And we had tornadoes in Virginia over the weekend.
We'd like to check. I give us, holler out to our friends, the Moonlight Adventures out there. Now, of course, they're in Smithfield, but still near them.
Yeah.
I want to make sure they're okay. And yes, Josh and Chastity. We'll check on them in a little bit. Let me run down through here a little stuff.
Nola Lawn Adventures is in here this morning. We appreciate you being here.
Right there you go. Thank you, babe. It says morning, Marsha and Curt. And look here, Eddie Lugo.
Eddie, good morning.
You're better than me at this. Come on.
Yo, Eddie in the house.
Okay, we'll go with that one. Then. Yeah. All right. Thank y'all for, like I said, popping over from Lugo Studios there. Let's see.
The muster drill. They're new. I haven't seen them in here before. Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let me throw down to there. And I do like that little icon thing, the thumbnail. That's very nice. Cruise, travel, and adventures. The muster drill. I really like that. Somebody drawed that or had someone draw it. I'm not sure.
That's pretty cool.
Have you noticed since I'm down to here, have you had anybody else commenting on our question today?
I haven't, but I've just been trying to go through and say good morning to everybody. I don't have the little thing like you do where I can click, so I didn't.
Yeah. Sharon Rowland, though, asked Bama, though, how's the yard work going?
Yeah.
Our yard work is very slow, though. I'll answer ours.
Good morning, TNT Adventures to Sea. Good morning, Tom and Terry. Thought about you this weekend. They had a lot of wine and champagne and all kinds of stuff on the ship, and it did make me think about you.
I don't know how far you went down. I don't know if you just jumped, but right here was the next person. You can talk.
You had them up on the screen, so I.
No, I did. Well, as earlier, yeah. Captain Billy J. Travel says, ahoy there, everybody. And ahoy there, debarked Curt. What a beautiful morning, Marsha. The captain is here. Billy, we'll talk sometime, but I believe I saw more captain hats on this cruise
than any other
cruise I've ever been on.
So Curt thought about you a lot on the cruise.
Yeah, we were like, Captain Billy.
Those
are fans, ain't they, Billy? Is that what you're going to tell me?
I'm sure that's what he's going to say.
Yeah. The Z Show Cruise Fun. Thank you for being in here. Good morning. I don't see very many in here. You told me your question would.
Well, I haven't gotten there yet, but Jen.Coin did say, love the big Ricky Bobby reference. Yes, that's exactly. I was wondering if anybody was going to get that. If you're not first, you're last. So
I beg to differ. I heard Earnhardt say that many, many years ago. No, I think Earnhardt said, let me think of it. Yeah. If, you either lead, follow, or get the hell out of the way. That's what Earnhardt said.
Good morning, Mama. Thanks for being here this morning. And I bet you got a little bundle of joy, so you're just beaming this morning.
Yeah, when we get done here, me and Marshall will talk, and then I'm going to get to see him, on video there again. He was full of himself. But thanks, Mom, for being here, and I love you. And I think they're having some snow chances in West Virginia today, guys.
That's
just seen our
crazy.
weather said, it's just north of my parents, so they probably won't get anything, but I'm sure it's cold there.
Yeah. And Will G said, good morning, all. 59 degrees in Central Texas, working and listening. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Will G. Thank you very much. And Will posted on one of our, I think it was on one of our Facebook posts, and I thank Will for posting this weekend. He was hanging out down there in Mexico.
He looked good. I'm gonna tell you that those were some good pictures.
Here they are, right here, the Moonlight Adventures. How are you guys doing? We was thinking about you, especially when we heard the news about the tornado and stuff out there. Of course, I understood it was at Virginia Beach, but I still know that's close by. So
second place is the first loser, says Josh with Moonlight Adventures.
Listening and headed to work. Welcome back. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. What'd you just say, babe?
Josh with Moonlight Adventures said second place is the first loser. See, we're all on the same page.
You way. It's not even showing in mine. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, mine jumped. That's what happened.
So I'm going to start right here where I'm at. And the captain usually arrives on time to board a ship or slightly before. The ship can't leave without me. Yeah, he's got a point there. He's got a point there. They cannot leave without the captain. Hey,
actually, I think that the captain doesn't get the ship out of port. I always heard that there was a little guy that gets on the ship and takes them out of port. Am I wrong? Do you remember that? Or am I talking out of my head? Hello?
Anyway, I have no answer for you. Hey, Marsha, this is Sharon Rowland. I have no clue, babe, with what you're saying. I've 2 boxes of donuts, 1 chocolate box, and 1 plain. Did she get really?
I'm liking the chocolate.
We getting some caramel macchiato.
Mr. Roboto.
This donut coffee, whatever the brand is. I had to switch over to my Members Mark. I ran out of the Krispy Kreme coffee.
And Sharon said
73 skinny syrup, 2 squirts.
Yeah. Sharon says 73 degrees here in South Georgia.
Hold on. I'm not where you're not even in my okay, there you are. Now I'm up with
I'm always a step ahead of you, honey.
You don't have whatever. And Sharon Rowland said, and a box of honey buns. Well, Sharon,
those are my favorite.
I just went through and trashed some things that we're not going to finish because
it's that time.
It's that time. We got to start it. Happy May Day. Today is May the 1st. Yes, it is. Sure is. And we have Ocean to Ocean
Thank
traveling.
you, Ocean. Good morning.
All right, we have Destination Fun. Thank you so much. I'm going to start going through these a little bit so we can talk a little bit about our embarkation and stuff, okay?
Okay.
And happily ever yada. Look at there. Morning, all driving, can't tag. We thank you, though. Thank you for listening, definitely. We sure do. Moonlight said, yeah, okay, there's where you were at. Second place is a first place. On deck with CB. Thank you so much for being in here.
Good morning,
Adam, Debbie. Sure. Thank y'all so much for being in here. And TNT's Adventure says it's 44 and rainy there. Yes, Sharon Rowland. Yep. Snow chances in Virginia, just in those mountains right against West Virginia, the northern part of it. It's not close enough to us. We should not get anything anyway. Let's see. Josh and Paul, Captain Billy J Travels. I'll call it all out for you. He says, y'all will always be second and third place to me, the captain says. Wow, that sounds like a challenge. Yeah. And TNT's Adventures, we will be on the Ocean to Ocean tomorrow night while drinking some wine.
Oh, that sounds great.
Go ahead.
While you're looking through the chat, I did want to start talking about what we were going to talk about today. And we never go by what the little thing says what time we need to be there.
Your stuff's really out of focus right now. I don't know what's different about
There's
you.
nothing I can do about my camera, so you're just gonna have to listen and pretend that it looks pretty. Okay?
See if you can pull your whole thing closer to you. Or not. Oh, you're frozen a bad way. I'm sorry. Yeah, it might be frozen a bad way. We'll go with it, baby. It's fine. It's fine.
Am I moving now?
Well, it's at least somewhat. We'll go with it though.
So because of Curt's craziness, we always show up before the doors usually open to get onto the ship. Okay.
Well, we got burned a couple of times.
We have been burned a couple of times on that, but most of the time it goes pretty smoothly. In fact, this time we stood in line a little bit, maybe 5 minutes, waiting for the doors to open. The door, everything went smooth. We're in and out, inside, had checked in, and we're sitting down waiting for them to start embarkation. Within this,
your whole signal's about gone.
I'm sorry.
It's digital. It don't sound good or nothing. At least tonight.
Why don't you talk?
Well, are we talking about why we arrive? Is that what you're saying? Going to say? And,
yeah, like we arrived one time. Why do we do that? And you know, how things have gone for us so far.
Well, you know, after we I'm trying to think which cruise. I almost knew what cruise it was, but especially after going into Puerto Rico and then being left. But that's our own fault there. But when we started cruising out of Port Canaveral, you know, we showed up. There was nobody there, and they said, "Oh, people started showing up around 10." Well, we wasn't scheduled to show up till like 12:30 or 1, and you know, but this is also before cruising got full capacity. But from my experience, and it doesn't matter if it's Carnival or Royal, who it is so far that we've cruised with, you know, show up. If you show up pretty daggone early, of course, you know, some people at the mercy of their flights or whatever, or when they drive in. We've never had any trouble at, you know, probably 30 minutes to 40 minutes, the longest it's ever took us to get on through. That would you say?
Mm-hmm.
By the time you walk up you know, whether you get the escalator, whatever it is, and you get up into the terminal, and then you get on the ship, it's usually 40 minutes or less, somewhere like that. That's what we've dealt with so far, right?
Yeah, just real quick. Good morning, Kara. Good morning, Antoinette. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And Desiree Hall is in here with us as well. I want to say real quick.
I'm gonna pop on some of these. I did see it's a Cruise Life popped in.
Mm-hmm. Good morning.
Yes. It's just been we've been lucky so far. Our friends with us, SCT Adventures, they popped in. They were just right there with us, and we were all together as friends. And then something separated us, and then they got to go and sit by themselves over in this diamond section. Now, me and Greg wanted to put our chairs at least, you know, kind of near each other, and so we could see each other and wave across, you know, the hall, but they wouldn't let us sit that closely together. They won't let the diamond folk mess with us. It sounds just like on your phone. Digital. That's all I heard. There is Kara. Thank you, Kara, for joining us. And here's someone that just made a comment. They said they never arrive before my scheduled time, but many who do. Yeah. I've just seen where it doesn't mean anything. Try going out and come back in, Marsha. Try that. It may help that. And Desiree Hall, they're saying good morning to Eddie right there. And Antoinette at Fun says good morning to everyone in the chat. Let me roll on through here a little bit. Desiree says, I will be booking there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's a lot better. Yeah, a lot better. We could do it through your phone, it'll probably be even better, but you know, probably more people getting on there at work too.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, honey. Now that you got it, go ahead and you take off with this because it was really your ideal. I covered a few things if you heard
I did.
reasoning and stuff like that. And I know they say, you shouldn't come in before your time, but let me tell you, they do it. We've done it. I'm not telling anybody they have to do it. You do what you want.
Well, and when we got there on MSC this time, um, we were expecting kind of that they were going to put us in like, okay, well, here's your group that you're supposed to get on at, but they didn't. As soon as they took us, they gave us a number. We were in group 2. So they had like all the elite people with the yacht club, the diamond members, things like that. And then they had group 1, then they had group 2. So we were on the ship. We could see SET Adventures getting off the gangway as we were getting onto the gangway. So we were there minutes after they did.
That's
And
how we were on Mardi Gras.
huh?
That's how it was when we boarded Mardi Gras.
Yeah. So Carnival's been that way with us. MSC has been like that every time we've gotten on. It's been pretty quickly. We've not really had experience. Other people have experienced problems, and I understand that, but we have not. So by our own experience, we really haven't gotten into any of the issues that some others have gotten into. Really quickly, our surprise, since Antoinette's in here, was Antoinette at Fun. We were sitting at dinner, and Curt happened to see a live pop-up from Antoinette, so we started watching it. And Antoinette was on the ship with us. Oh my goodness, it was so exciting. Her and her husband, Angelo, were on there, and we really got to talk to him a little bit while we're on the cruise.
I got cold chills when we ran into them and everything, and
Yeah.
I could not believe they were on the ship with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I told Angelo he needs to really be on Antoinette's lives with her, because the banter between two people is so fun, and he has got such a great personality. He was really nice, and we really enjoyed spending time with both of them.
Oh yeah. Got to hang out and everything. We got to really did, and then I'm glad I got our pictures together. I sent them to everybody so that they would have pictures too. Greg says right here, SET Adventure says, seriously, on MSC, disregard any times they tell you. And here's what I'll tell you. For Greg's experience, especially, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Wild West. Yeah, and that's what it is with MSC, and you're going to hear it. Information and the way they lack of information too.
I will tell you, every trip we've taken, whether it's been a destination or a cruise ship, I was thinking about this morning on the way to work. Every single one, I can remember going, I wish they had given us more information. I remember when we were at Hard Rock, which still is my number 1 trip of all time for vacations. Even there, it was like, where do we go? How do we get there? There's no information to tell us that.
Well, not just that, but if you tell it on a piece of paper, stick to what it is. That to me, that was if you
I don't want to tell too much of SETs. I want them to be able to tell their own story. But definitely, if you tell me to be there at 1 o'clock and I'm going to do the rules and I'm going to be there at 1 o'clock, make sure that that's what you really mean. Don't mean 10 o'clock and don't mean 2 o'clock. Tell me what time to be there. If I'm a rule follower and I'm there, then I want the experience to be right for me, regardless of what it is.
We have run into this in all cruise lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I can still say. I ran into it. It's just better. Some can do it a lot better than others, Well,
and I remember with the Mardi Gras, do you remember how many people were packed into that building before they finally started letting us on? There was standing room only before they ever started letting us
You're talking about in the terminal that day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one of them times that if I had waited for our time, we talked to someone, they said they were in the terminal for over 2 hours or more.
Yeah.
Then I didn't feel bad for going in. And whether you look at it good or bad, it didn't matter. But listen, my sister right here, Heather E. Lucas says, good morning.
Good morning, Lucas.
And on deck with CB, we have never been left by a ship, but we are always late. So they
Well,
arrive.
we
I have heard people, say they arrive really kind of leaving right at the end of their time, and they go right on. There's the
yeah.
process quickly.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, the
Yeah.
reason we get there earlier, we always stay the night before the hotel, and then we just going over. And the reason mostly for that is if I have messed up something and forgotten something, or there's an issue,
Yeah.
yeah, we can always get back off the ship, go get what we need, and come back. And the fear of being late and then not being able to get whatever it is that we messed up taken care of, and not being able to go on the cruise ship is one of the things that
Yeah.
and I'm always nervous, and I told you guys that I'm always nervous going in. I'm like, I hope I didn't forget anything. I hope I didn't forget anything. Although I will tell you, there's some paperwork that you have to fill out the day of, and you have to bring. On this paperwork for MSC, there is no yes and no column. There's just two columns with dots. So you have to guess which column's the yes column and which column's the no column.
Yeah.
I think they need to fix that, and they also need to do it electronically. At this day and age, at this point, there's no reason why any of that couldn't be filled out and done electronically and move on. And
journeys right there.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for being here this morning.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I'm not going to get too far into it because I know we're going to talk about different things during the week. But a lot of what Sea Lake Journey said about the yacht club, we also heard from other people in the yacht club this week. But we'll get into that later in the week. But I did want to mention that we experienced some of the same stuff. We weren't in the yacht club, but we did have some people that we met that were, and they had said the same thing.
So read that right there for me.
It's almost like they expect a requisite level of sailing knowledge on MSC. Yes, like you're already supposed to know everything.
Yeah.
And I have experienced that in all of them, though. Some of them, I'm like, well, how would I have known that? We're really good about researching, but not everybody is. They book a cruise, they go on it, and they're like, what is going on? I don't know where this is, and I don't know what you're talking about. Kurt and I figured out there were 3 announcements the entire time that
we heard.
That we heard.
We actually heard.
One was like, get on the ship. The second was
go to your room for the
muster drill.
Yeah. I heard that one.
And
we
then
were
there was
in the room. Yeah.
We're at the island. We're getting ready to leave the island. Those were the 3
I didn't hear some of them. So
So
to say, you're on a cruise, it's all like this. I personally think, they've been here for a while, but yet they're still working out some things. MSC is. So and don't ever schedule a 2 or a 3 day, whether that's going to be the only time you can get on this ship or whatever. They offer good deals across the board for MSC. But if that's going to be your first impression,
don't do a 3-day.
2-3 day. I don't even know if I'd do a 4-day.
Yeah.
And do it through the middle of the week. Yeah.
Z's gaming channel says that's why I like pier runners. They can't tell time. And the muster drill says Terminal 10 at Port Canaveral always seems to be backed up and slow.
Now we didn't see it, so we don't know.
Yeah. I can tell you one thing. That ship got out of there real quickly. We had a tornado warning coming. They got us out of there quickly. And when we got back, they decided to keep the tornado warning, and we had one getting off the ship. So we had some fun times.
We walked through water over our shoes to get on our bus to take us to our car.
And off of our bus. I got out, stepped down off of the bus, and I was in ankle deep water. And Sharon Rowland says, hey, Marsha, I've put a plain donut in the microwave. It's delicious. That's my favorite way to eat donuts is warm.
Sea Lake Journey says, we wrote yes over the boxes. So
I did that too.
Or no. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
And can I tell you how much they looked at that piece of paper that I very carefully filled out? Yep, they got that piece of paper and kept on going and gave it back to me. I was like, no, keep that piece of paper. I worked hard on it.
Bone Tire Traveler says, "Good morning, y'all. Finally off work." That is awesome. Desiree says, yeah, 3-day cruisers are just too, they're short, but they tend to be wildly. And that's
How many people
that's
would you
all
say
cruise-
were celebrating something on that ship? We
okay.
saw birthday.
We get into that another day. There was birthday
Wedding.
yeah, and not just that, but there was what do you call it? Travel agents. There was a crew of travel agents.
There was an event going on.
Yeah,
on the ship with Expedia travel agents. So
yeah. My first cruise was a 4-day on Carnival Fantasy, and my daughter and I enjoyed it. Yeah, 4 days. We've not ran into things that I see on a 3-day. We did a 3-day on Norwegian Sun, and it was just nothing but a party cruise. We've done MSC 3 days, and this 3-day was, pretty partying.
Same thing with Carnival.
I think a lot of them are what you make of them, or too.
Good morning, Sherry. Awesome Sunsets Travel. Thank you. She says, "Good morning, Curt and Marsha and everyone. Thank you for being here this morning."
Yeah, and Mike and Rihanna said, "Family Vlog says 7-day cruises are perfect for first timers cruisers." I really agree, because it takes you that 3rd day before you'll know a layout.
Bone Tired's in here this morning. Thank you, Bone Tired Travelers, for being
I
here.
up there just a minute ago. Just a tip: if you ever sail on MSC Seaside, Deck 8 runs that whole deck. You can get to all the elevators, and you can pretty much, if you walk it, you'll get to somewhere on the ship that you're wanting to go. If it's all the way in the front, forward, or all the way to the aft, you can get to the aft.
And we'll talk about those elevators later. That's a whole show worth of comments right there.
The elevators will be its own show.
It should be its own vlog.
It really should be. Yeah, we really should be its own vlog. I agree with that.
Sea Lake knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, if you've been, Barry Brain in here. Marsha, we're over on time, babe. Yeah. I'm just thought I'd tell you. Hey, guys, I want to show y'all introduce something. Some besties. I have a new, I don't know who, I've never seen that before, but do y'all see all the way around it? State of Georgia. So, very good. Kept. Hey, I used all my trip. I put ice in it on Thursday and had ice in it yesterday.
SET Avenger says Felicia loved the elevators. Oh my.
Yeah.
Yes, it was very nice. SET Adventures gave us that to remind us of them. Well, gave it to Curt. Yeah, I got a gift too, but you can't see that until I'm doing my live from home.
Oh, we can answer this one, Marsha. How much, Captain Billy wants to know, did Felicia like the cruise quarters?
Quite a bit. She showed us around. She knew that area better than the rest of the
Felicia. She could turn right into one of them places. She knew where the crew was. I mean, if you followed her,
funny.
Go ahead.
What's funny is that every time, like, we'd be walking and it would be like a sign here for crew only. And I'd giggle because I'd say, "Look, Felicia, they're telling you it's only crew here. And you're not allowed to go there."
I don't know. In her mind, it must mean me only.
Me only.
Yep. All right, guys. I thank all of y'all for being in here. I apologize to anybody that we went over on time. Hey, go ahead.
Hello, Mom of 4 boys. Thank you for being here this morning. We appreciate it.
Hold on. Boom! I found it. Let me look through real quick, because I know there's a few in here that pop in. All 4 boys, thank you so much for being in here. I thought I saw another one, and I probably
did. You say good morning to Desiree Hall?
Yes, I'm
okay.
Just in case. Good morning. I know I spoke of something they had wrote. But yep. And you will share with you more tomorrow. You know, we'll be sharing more, share more of our trip.
Hey, and we're also going to be on SET Adventures Friday night to have a little forum and chat about our experiences on this cruise.
Yep. Yeah, I want to
Mhm.
keep a little bit for, certain things for that.
Mhm.
But
We'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly.
ugly. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's how it goes.
Look forward to it. Yep.
Mhm.
That'll be on Friday night wind down. SET Adventures. Okay, guys, y'all. I hope y'all have a great week. And anybody that's traveling, be careful, please, and have safe travels. And have a blessed week. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Bye, guys.